Today, the readings talk about God's desire for us to be free, for freedom to be received by us, that we may be able to live freely and happily. Ironically, the same word freedom is used 3 days after uh, the decision of Roe versus Wade has been overturned. Uh, People are posting, even here in the Philippines, that the freedom of women has been murdered, that they are no longer given their right, that they can no longer progress their careers or do whatever they want, that their choice of what to do with their bodies have been stripped of them. But you see, even though the same word freedom is used, they are used differently. The freedom that God speaks of is freedom to be able to do what is right, regardless of situation, regardless of what's happening. The ability to be able to do what you can do, to be who you can be, whatever the situation is. And the other one calls it freedom, even though if you will look at it, people who go to abortion clinics are not exercising their freedom. In fact, for me, it's the opposite. Uh, they feel trapped. They feel unable to be who they are because of their situation. And they are not free. And that is why they are having an abortion. One word, two radically different definitions. And only one is true. And that definition is of Christ. Our right to do what we want ends when it tramples on the right of other people. That person in the womb of a mother is a person that has the same right as you and I, as anybody else. And it is our obligation to take care of their rights, especially because they cannot defend themselves. Brothers and sisters, all of us undergo suffering, all of us undergo adversaries, and all of us are given the strength to overcome them. God promises us that. And the freedom that He gives ensures that we will be able to do so. The problem is we define freedom differently. And the definition of our freedom is one that brings us into chains rather than actually frees us. The overturning of Roe versus Wade is not a murder of women's freedom or women's right. It is a step to true freedom. It is a step to real liberation. Let us continue the struggle. Let us continue the fight for life, because the fight for life is what brings us true freedom.